Hello YouTubers, this is 777 Die Hard Forever coming at you with another highly anticipated and highly recommended model. Today I'll be doing a review on a JC Wings Airbus A350-1000 XWB extra wide body aircraft in the carbon fiber livery in a 1/200 scale model. I purchased this model from Choice Toys, whose store is based out of Overland Park, Kansas, and his website is www.choicetoysinc.com. First, before I go into details about this model, allow me to share some information about the aerospace manufacturer Airbus and how they came into existence, if you would please. Aerospace Industrie is a European multinational corporation that was formally established as a GIE, a Groupement d'Intérêt Économique or Economic Interest Group on December 18, 1970, as the aerospace manufacturer was formed by a government initiative that took place between France, Germany, and the United Kingdom that originated 3 years prior in 1967. The name Airbus was taken from a non-proprietary term used by the airline industry in the 1960s to refer to a commercial aircraft of a certain size and range, for this term was acceptable to the French linguistically. Airbus Industrie actually began as a consortium of European aviation firms, along with the consolidation of European defense and aerospace companies that actually designs, manufactures, and sells military and civil aeronautical products worldwide to compete with American aerospace companies such as Lockheed Martin, McDonnell Douglas, and Boeing respectively. The headquarters of Airbus Industrie is located in Blagnac, a suburb of Toulouse, France, with production and manufacturing facilities that's located mainly in France, Germany, Spain, China, the United Kingdom, and the United States of America, whereas their final assembly production facilities are located in Toulouse, France, Hamburg, Germany, Seville, Spain, Tianjin, China, and Mobile, Alabama as well. Now, with that said, let's take a look at the front of the box you see here. Alright, you see the front of the box you see here. See the carbon fiber livery right there at the top and the bottom of the box. The aircraft variant right there. The computer generated picture of the aircraft type, and then there's the Airbus scale 1/200 model information there as well. Now you're looking at the back of the box. I'm definitely digging the back of the box. You got all the specifications on this aircraft, about this aircraft. You see the aircraft variant, the aircraft type, and then there's all the information right there, and the warning information, the JC Wings logo, as well as JC Wings Facebook social media page information right there. You can pause that and look at that if you want. In the meantime, I'm gonna keep this moving. Now you're looking at the top of the box. Nothing much on the top of the box except the aircraft type, the Airbus A350-1000 XWB. XWB stands for extra wide body, and the 1/200 scale die-cast aircraft model information. And now you're looking at the bottom of the box. You see the aircraft type, the scale, the 1/200 scale die-cast aircraft model information, and then you see two versions right here. The one at the top, that's the one I got, the flaps up version right there. You see the check there, and then there's the flaps down version. At the time this video review posting, Choice Toys did have the flaps down version. He had one of them left, so you probably need to get it to his website or contact him in person about getting that model, because it's become very scarce to find as we speak. Now you're looking at the nice little metal model stand that came with the model, what have you, right there. And then you see that black pattern right there, folks. The purpose of that black pattern is to prevent your model from being damaged or scratched, what have you, when you put your model on this model stand. That's the purpose of this that black pattern there, okay? Now you're looking at a plastic bag you see here, and what's in this plastic bag here are the gear replacement doors, featuring the two little toothpicks you see there. Please stay tuned as I go into details for the purpose of these gear replacements for this particular model, alright? Now, with all that information out of the way about the history of Airbus, all the details here on this box, as well as the information on the back of the box, plus the metal model stand that came with the model, plus the plastic bag that features the gear replacement doors and the two toothpicks, with no further ado, everyone, here is the model. Check it out. There it is, folks, the JC Wings Airbus A350-1000 XWB extra wide body aircraft in their carbon fiber livery in a 1/200 scale model. Now let me share you some information about the Airbus A350-1000 XWB extra wide body aircraft and how that came into existence. Alright, The Airbus A350-1000XWB extra wide-body aircraft is the second variant after the Airbus A350-900XWB, as well as the longest fuselage version of the A350 family that was actually produced and built by the European aerospace maker Airbus Industrie, as the program for the Airbus A350-1000XWB was officially launched on December 1st, 2006, along with the Airbus A350-800 and the Airbus A350-900 variants, and was originally scheduled to enter service in 2015. However, due to the massive delay backlogs of the Airbus A380s getting delivered on time, plus in addition to the overhaul change on this aircraft that it took place and was redesigned into 2011, stemming from engine thrust issues concerning the engines that resulted in a more powerful engine variant upgrade for this particular aircraft. It wasn't until April 15, 2016 that the first Airbus A350-1000XWB extra wide-body aircraft, which bears the registration ship number F-WMIL, finally rolled off the assembly line at the aircraft manufacturer's A350XWB final assembly line facility, which is located in Toulouse, France. And after conducting and performing over 1,600 hours of flight testing on this aircraft, the Airbus A350-1000XWB extra wide-body aircraft, this aircraft variant was officially awarded type certification from the European Aviation Safety Agency as well as the United States Federal Aviation Administration on November 21st, 2017, and took its first maiden flight 3 days later on November 24, 2017, then conducted its last maiden flight 2 weeks later on December 7, 2017, as the first aircraft of this type was scheduled to be delivered to launch customer Qatar Airways in December 2017. But instead, Qatar Airways didn't receive its first Airbus A350-1000XWB extra wide-body aircraft until the first quarter of 2018, and that date was February 20th, 2018. And in addition to the Doha-based carrier Qatar Airways become the actual launch customer, as well as the largest customer recipient of the new state-of-the-art Airbus A350-1000XWB, with 37 actual confirmed orders, other additional airlines such as Air Caribes, the Air Lease Corporation, Asiana Airlines, British Airways, Cathay Pacific, Etihad Airways, Iran Air, Japan Airlines, the Latam Airlines Group, Virgin Atlantic, plus one undisclosed customer has placed a total of 132 additional orders for this aircraft variant. And at the time of this video review posting, these unfulfilled orders as we speak are currently on back order and are awaiting delivery, as the Airbus A350-1000XWB extra wide-body aircraft has become the aircraft that was designed to replace the Airbus A340-600, and also has become the aircraft that will compete directly with the Boeing 777-300ER and the forthcoming Boeing 777-9X, which is scheduled to enter service around 2020, as well as the forthcoming Boeing 777-8X, which is scheduled to enter service around 2022 respectively. So, with no further ado, let's get down to the nitty-gritty and allow me to show you all the details on this aircraft now, shall we? Let's roll. Let's check it out. Now we're going to start on the port/left side of the aircraft. We start here, the nose gears right here, the nose gear struts, the nose gear door featuring the fleet number 065 there. You see the pitot tubes and the stag ports, what have you, the nose cone, more pitot tubes right there, the cockpit windows along with the windshield wipers. I'll give you a better visual view of those later on in the review. You see the Airbus title right there. And then you come over here, on this side here, you see the Airbus A350-1000XWB title there. This aircraft, the Airbus A350-1000XWB, became the second aircraft variant of the A350 family after the Airbus A350-900 that was officially launched in 2006, as the XWB actually stands for extra wide body. The designated name that Airbus came up with for this aircraft during the 2006 Farnborough Air Show that took place on July 14, 2006. Right, looking at the edge of the wing right here, you see the inboard landing lights right there. They painted, they're not realistic yet. My guess is JC Wings will get to that point. All right. Now you're looking at these big massive engines here on the port side. The engine lip right there, as well as the engine cone right here back here as well. And these are the Rolls-Royce Trent XWB 97 engines that are used on this particular experimental prototype Airbus A350-1000 XWB extra wide-body aircraft. You also see the Rolls-Royce logo there as well. Okay, now I'm going to turn this aircraft model around and let you check out the front of the engines, and the turbofan blades do spin. Check it out. Now you're looking at the front of the engine, featuring the engine strikes right here. As I mentioned earlier, the turbofan blades spin. Check it out. Perfect. And you see the inboard land light that I showed you earlier, as well as the bogey gears here on this side of the aircraft, featuring the bogey gear struts, as well as the bogey gear doors there as well. Now you're looking at the engines on the starboard side, featuring the engine strikes here, and the turbofan blade spin on this side as well. Perfect. And you see the inboard landing light over here on the starboard side, as well as the bogey gears here on this side, as well as the struts, as well as the doors there as well. Now you're looking at the front of the aircraft, where you got a better visual view of the cockpit windows, the windshield wipers here, the Peter tubes right there, the static ports right here, the nose cone, the gears right here, the gear struts, as well as the gear lights inside the nose gear doors there as well. So with that said, I'm going to take it back to the port side, because there's more information to share with you over there on that side. Let's roll. Now behind these massive Rolls-Royce Trent XW97 engines, they added a new feature here, the triple bogey gears right here, the bogey gear struts, the bogey gear doors there as well. I find this hilarious, but I digress. It seems like they copied off their little competitor. I'll tell you who it is. It starts with a B and ends with a G. Go figure on that. All right. Now you're looking at this wingtip device here on the port side, featuring the red and green navigation light right here by this wingtip device, featuring the A350-1000XWB painted here on this wingtip device. And these wingtip devices are actually called blended winglets. And these blended winglets were made from composite materials, and the purpose of these blended winglets is to improve the overall efficiency of the aircraft, resulting in saving fuel, lowering noise emissions, and improving takeoff performance. These blended winglets also has a 31.9 degree sweep angle, sorry about that, helping to increase the cruise speed to a Mach 0.85 to a maximum operating speed to Mach 0.89. The blended winglets for the Airbus A350 were produced at the Airbus Broughton factory, better known as a specialist facility that's located in Hawarton, Flintshire, Wales, which lies near the border of England and Wales. Okay, now I'm gonna let you see these this wingtip device from a front angle. Check it out. Now you're looking at the blended winglet wingtip device here from the front angle. How it's swept at a 31.9 degree sweep angle right there. Very impressive. Now we're at the back of the aircraft here on the port side, where you see the AFT bolt bin door right up here, right here. But this big old 1000 decal right here, this huge decal actually symbolizes that this is the second variant of the A350 family that was produced and built. And then right by the 1000 decal, you see the registration ship number, F-WLXV. Registration ship number F-WLXV. This aircraft is the second of 3 Airbus A350-1000XWBs that was actually used as a prototype for flight testing, as well as ground and laboratory testing. And the first test flight on this aircraft took place on February 7, 2017. And at the time of this video review posting, it was still being used as an experimental prototype and has yet to be delivered, as this aircraft was the only experimental prototype that was painted in the carbon fiber livery. Now we're at the back of the aircraft here on the port side, where you see the carbon fiber themed livery scheme that's displayed on the back of this aircraft, which is right here, as well as on the tail there. The carbon fiber themed livery scheme that's displayed on the back of this aircraft was inspired by the advanced technology that was incorporated, as 53% of this aircraft, the Airbus A350-1000XWB extra wide-body aircraft, was actually built using specialized composite materials such as carbon fiber reinforced plastic for the outer and the center wing box, the entire fuselage, as well as the horizontal and vertical stabilizers, whereas the remaining 19% was built from aluminum, 14% of it was built from titanium, 6% of it was from steel, and the remaining 8% was from other miscellaneous materials. And then you see the A350 decal displayed on the tail, which is right here. This huge decal number actually represents the aircraft type. All right. Now you're looking at the back of the airplane still, and then you see the APU, auxiliary power unit exhaust hole right here. And it's very detailed. It is a hole there, and underneath that APU exhaust hole, it's got two little strobe lights right there. Very detailed and realistic. Now you're looking at the back of the Airbus A350-1000 XWB from the rear view angle, featuring the blended wingtip device right here, as well as over here as well. The massive engines, the Rolls-Royce Trent XWB-97 engines here, there as well. Now you're looking at the front of the aircraft on the starboard side, where you see the nose gears here, the nose gear struts, the nose gear door featuring the fleet number there, the P2 static ports, what have you, the Airbus decal right here, the nose cone, the cockpit windows, as well as the windshield wipers right there. You see the Airbus A350-1000 XWB decal right there, as well as the front cargo container loading door there. Now you're looking at the inboard landing lights here on the starboard side. The Rolls-Royce Trent XWB-97 engines, these massive engines here featuring the Rolls-Royce logo there. You also see the engine cones right there, which is very detailed and realistic, as well as the engine lip. And you also see the triple bogey gears here on this aircraft here on the starboard side, the bogey gear struts, as well as the door. Like I said, seems like they copied their playbook from their competitor, and that competitor is B and it ends with a G. Y'all can figure what that is. All right. Now you're looking at the blended wingtip device here on the starboard side, featuring the A350 XWB decal here on this wingtip device, as well as the green and red navigation light on this side here as well. Now you're looking at the back of the aircraft on the starboard side. You see the 1000 decal, that's the aircraft variant, the registration ship number, the rear cargo container loading door here, the carbon fiber livery here, as well as the aircraft type that's painted here on the tail as well. Okay, before I show you the aerial bird's eye view of this aircraft model, as well as the undercarriage belly view of this aircraft model, I'm allowing you to see one feature, which is the rolling gears. Oh, it rolls pretty good. It's a little tough, but it rolls pretty good. You see the bogey gear, a little challenge there, but it does tilt. And the nose gear does swivel. See? Okay, so with that said, allow me to show you the aerial bird's eye view of this aircraft model. Let's check it out. Now you're looking at the aerial bird's eye view of this aircraft model, where you see the nose cone right here, the P2s, the windshield wipers, the cockpit windows, the power escape hatch door. You see the anti-collision beacon light right there. You see the Wi-Fi box antenna, another antenna, ADF antenna in 3D, another antenna, the satellite communications antenna there, another antenna. There's the tail there, the horizontal stabilizers there, as well as over here. Now the little dot here on the horizontal stabilizer over here, as well as over here, those are the illuminator lights that light up this tail here when it flies during nighttime. Now let's check out the wings, folks. No wing walkway, but you got the flaps, slats, aileron, spoils, what have you. See the massive Rolls-Royce Trent XWB-97 engines there with the Industrie there. The fuel dump valve there. And the blended wingtip device right here, featuring the A350 XWB painted on it. Same over here as well, folks. No wing walkway, but you got the flaps, slats, aileron, spoils, what have you on this side. The Rolls-Royce Trent XW97 engines over here. The fuel dump valve there. And the blended wingtip device over here, featuring the A350 XWB painted on this side here as well. Now you're looking at the undercarriage belly view of this aircraft, where you see the nose cone, the closed nose gear door, the open nose gear door featuring the nose gear there, couple antennas there. You see the A350-1000 decal right there painted under the belly there. See the anti-collision beacon light right there in between the zero, the hole where the stand goes in at. Another couple more antennas there. And the APU housing doors right there at the end of the aircraft. The horizontal stabilizers underneath. Now let's check out these bogey gears here. Oh, they tilt, which is all good. The engines here underneath, these massive Rolls-Royce Trent XW97 engines underneath here, very detailed. The registration ship number along with the fuel dump valve and the blended wing tip device here. Check over on the side. Tilt over here, perfect. The engines there, detailed. Fuel dump valve and the blended winglet wingtip device over here as well. Now since I showed you the aerial bird's eye view of this aircraft model here, as well as the undercarriage belly view of this aircraft model here in full detail. Now I'm going to put on that nice little metal stand that came with the model. So no further ado, here is the model on the stand. Check it out. Alright, finally got this model on the stand with no problem, no hesitation. You see it in the takeoff landing position here on the port side. Tilted gears there, nose gear, the big engines there, how the wings flexing a little bit on this side. Now you're looking at the front of the aircraft in the takeoff landing position with all the gears intact here on the model stand, featuring how the wings are flexing a little bit, featuring the blended wingtip device here, as well as over there. Now you're looking at this model in takeoff landing position on the starboard side with the model on the stand. Gears there on point there. Everything's on point on this side. And finally looking at this model from the tail cam angle. Ain't it beautiful? Oof. Now before I take this model to stand, I got in this position for a reason, and the reason is these gears here as well as back here. I'm gonna go ahead and take them off. They are magnetic and retractable. Starting here with the nose gear here first. See there? And the triple bogey gears here on the port side there, as well as the bogey gears here on the starboard side. There. Now, since I got all the gears off this model, I'm gonna let you see this model at a different angle without the gears. Check it out. Now you're seeing this model displayed without the gears in flight mode on the stand. Now you got one or two options if you want how you want to display your model from this point on. Option number one is you want to choose to continue to display it like that, as you see here without the gears. That's fine. You see these gear replacements in this bag. That's the purpose of these gear replacements, is to substitute your gears while you display your model like that in flight mode. Or you can go to option number two, which is keep the gears on in a takeoff landing position, gear down position. Gears up, gear down, don't matter, your choice. I choose to leave mine on it. It adds more value to the model. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and put these gears back on this model. Take this model to stand and go ahead and wrap up the model review. Okay, let's roll. And finally, the seating configuration. Depending on the airline seating configuration, the typical Airbus A350-1000XWB extra wide body aircraft seats up to 366 passengers in a 3-class configurated cabin layout, up to 387 passengers in a 2-class configurated cabin layout, and up to 440 passengers in a single-class configurated cabin layout respectively. And the maximum flying range on this aircraft, the Airbus A350-1000XWB extra wide body aircraft, is 7,950 nautical miles, which equates to about 9,149 miles on a full passenger load. Well, everyone, this will conclude this model review. I'd like to know if you got this model or you plan on getting this model, if you can find it. Like I said, Troy's Toys still had one left, the flaps down version. If you want to snatch that up, go ahead. But my next Airbus A350 model will be the bare metal model. That'll be sometime down the road. I do got it in my possession as we speak. I'm looking forward to doing that one. That will be in the flaps down version. So in the meantime, please rate, subscribe, leave your comments and suggestions, and let me know if you got any question about a particular model. I'll be glad to answer that question for you. But in the meantime, take care, God bless, stay tuned. There's more model content coming. Peace.